Hello again and welcome to I've Got a Beatles podcast with Dave and Chris, and we have a bonus news episode. I figured, yep,
Breaking news.
I figure we have to weigh in a little bit here. Now that the big news and the everything's dropped and everyone's made their videos and been talking about it, we
Yeah,
wanted to say a little bit about the upcoming John Lennon release that was just announced a few days ago from when we're
yeah,
recording the Power to the People set and some of the fallout that has been coming from the announcement. So,
yeah.
Chris, I thought we'd start with you telling us about the upcoming release, dates, and configurations, and all the usual demographics.
Yes. Well, the official release finally came out. We knew something was coming out back on Record Store Day. The purchase right behind me, which was Power to the People. It was from the one-to-one concert and was like 4 tracks. So it was absolutely clear a set was coming out. I think it's a big surprise as to some of the things around the set. But and this is from the 1972, August 30th, 1972, John Lennon, Yoko Ono, with Elephant's Memory, of course, and special guests, the historic one-to-one concerts at Madison Square Garden. That's John Lennon's only full-length concerts after leaving the Beatles, and the last two full-length concerts that John and Yoko would perform. Excerpts from the concerts featured as part of the one-to-one documentary, which I haven't seen. Have you seen that yet?
No, I didn't go to the theater to see that one. I heard
Yeah,
kind of mixed reviews, so I didn't go.
yeah.
I was going to wait for it on streaming.
Yeah, well, that'll be coming on streaming at some point, and
Hmm.
maybe a DVD release. Also, Power to the People, the films of the two concerts, directed by Simon Hilton and edited by Ben Rainwright Pierce, are due for release next year. So I haven't heard anybody talking about that.
No, no. In fact,
But
there's been some confusion. There are a few people who thought because there's Blu-rays in the super deluxe set coming out in October that they thought, oh, this must be the video, but no, they're just audio like they have been in a lot of the other sets.
yeah. So on October
10th, I believe.
10th, sorry, I didn't, the
Yeah.
one bit of news we had, I didn't write down, but October 10th, they will be releasing this new produced by Sean Ono Lennon, Grammy Award winning Sean Ono Lennon,
The
right?
Cube.
Both concerts have been completely remixed and re-engineered from scratch by Paul Hicks and Sam Gannon, using brand new HD multi-track transfers by Rob Stevens, with the mixes mastered by Alex Wharton at Abbey Road Studios. The concerts are available separately as both afternoon and evening shows, okay? And as also as a single hybrid show. In the deluxe set, you'll get all three of those. And they'll all be on Blu-ray discs in HD stereo, 5.1 surround sound, and Dolby Atmos. So the deluxe edition.
But can you
Are
clarify something for me though? I'm confused by this. So am I paying for the same thing twice? If you're getting the afternoon on one set, one CD, and then the evening, but then there's a hybrid of both, am I paying
you
is it
okay,
duplicative?
okay,
Um,
here's what it
yeah.
is.
Okay.
If you there is a 9 CD set, okay? I'll get to what's on the full 9 CDs, but you'll get on the if you buy the big box, you get the hybrid show on disc 1. On disc 2, you get the afternoon show, the full afternoon show. So some of those tracks on the afternoon show will be on the hybrid.
Uh,
And then the evening show, some of the tracks on the afternoon show or on the evening show will be on the hybrid too. The hybrid is considered the best of the two
okay.
shows.
Okay,
So if
got it.
they like the mother take from the afternoon show, they'll put that on there.
On the hybrid.
Rather
Okay.
than, yeah.
Got it.
So that's the way. Now you can get the full set that has it all on CD. You can get the Power of the People 2 CD, which has the afternoon and the evening, or you can get the 1 CD, which is $18.98 for the 1
Oof.
CD.
Oof.
The 2 CD is $29.98. So if all you care about is getting both shows, that might
Yeah.
be the way to go. We definitely have a link for that in the notes, and all these we'll have a link for what you can purchase here in our show notes here. Okay. Now they also are making available a 4 LP set, okay, which is $169.98, Dave, for
Ooh.
$42 ish a disc.
Ouch. Ouch.
But there is a little bit of extra swag with that version that is also included in the big deluxe set, which is all CDs. So if you're a vinyl person and you want both shows, that's what you got to do for it.
Do you get the stickers?
You get the stickers, you get some of that, stuff. I don't think you get the full booklet, but you get the, what was I making fun of?
The tickets or the
No, the cover is a certain type of cover. It's not
the lenticular cover.
Lenticular cover. Yes, you'll get the lenticular cover with the 4
Ooh.
LP.
All right.
Now there is also a 2 LP color vinyl,
Of course.
which is $75.98.
Oh.
And that's the hybrid show. But then there's the two. If all you want's I'd like a good copy of the 1-to-1 concert and kind of get a good feel of it. There is the 2 LP. It's around $64.98, and that's $32 each a disc, which is kind of average today for what you're gonna get. So
I wonder if there's
that's also available.
I wonder if the tariffs have caused some of the inflation because a lot of the LPs are produced in Germany or the Czech Republic or not in the
don't
US.
mention tariffs.
Oh no, okay.
Don't blame the tariffs.
That's right. No, nothing to do with it.
Okay, now I'm gonna run through. Okay, so let's get to the deluxe edition here because this is the big headlines here. So it's 121 tracks.
Okay.
121 tracks, 90 of which they're saying are never before heard and previously unreleased. So that's incredible amount of stuff we've never heard that is coming out.
So that means that the stuff that did come out was either on the John Lennon Live in New York City or the anthology box or something like that.
Yeah, some other version. So all the tracks in the box set have been completely remixed from the ground up, starting with brand new high-resolution digital transfers of the original multi-tracks. Okay, so here's what the CDs are. All right, and then we'll get to the big elephant in the room at the end of the conversation. So CD 1 is a hybrid best of show. It's also on Blu-ray 1. And that's I'm not going to go through the track
we don't have to go through. We'll do that when we talk about it.
But there are a few things like Open Your Box and Hound Dog and Born in a Prison.
Okay.
Rarities that we haven't heard. And then CD 2 is the afternoon show. CD 3 is the evening show. All three of those are on Blu-ray 1. Okay. And on the evening show, I think we get the Stevie Wonder appearance on Give Peace a Chance.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, CD 4 is a reimagined sometime in New York City. It's just called New York City, The Ultimate Mixes. This, now with the track listing, starting with New York City, the songs Sunday Bloody Sunday and John Sinclair extended. They all, on the album, they fade out. And they're not going to fade out now. They're going to be extended. And then one track being taken off of the set.
Which we'll talk about.
Here. New York City, The Evolution documentary is CD 5, CD 6. And this is where I think this set gets really interesting. Is you get what they call New York City Studio Jam, John Yoko with Elephant's Memory. This is in the studio. They're doing Roll Over Beethoven. They're doing Ain't That a Shame. Send Me Some Lovin', a bunch of oldies. Don't Be Cruel. Yoko's Rhythm. I'm sure you're...
Can't wait.
Yakety Yak. If you ever wanted to hear John Lennon doing Yakety Yak, finally get your chance. And it also has a few Elements mixes from New York City. Okay. And then CD 7, it's a Live Jam 1, with your John and Yoko Plastic Ono Band and star-studded cast of thousands. Peace
Mm.
and Love for Christmas in aid of UNICEF, December 1969, including Bobby Whitlock in that,
Yeah.
which he just passed away. So rest in peace to Bobby Whitlock. So that's interesting. John and Yoko Plastic Ono Band with Frank Zappa and the Mothers. Now, this has been something that people have wanted to hear for a long time.
It's
Uh,
already been on it was on the original sometime New York City set. So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
it but
but in a new cleaned up kind of
yes, it's
fashion, at least.
sounded awful.
Sounded awful in that. So I think these
Yeah.
will be cleaned up, and then it was left off a subsequent set or something like that.
Right, because there was some legal problems because Frank
Yeah,
Zappa was really mad at John and Yoko because they
yeah,
didn't credit him or
yeah.
give him money.
And that includes Dave's favorite Scumbag.
Yeah, scum and jam rag, right?
Jamrag and Scumbag back to
Yeah,
back. So you're good.
can't
So
wait.
yeah, okay. So that's CD7. So CD8, we get Plastic Ono Band, John and Yoko with David Peel and Lower East Side live at John Sinclair Freedom Rally, and a few songs played there, including John Sinclair, obviously. Live at the benefit for families of the riot at Attica State appearance, where he plays Attica State and they play Imagine. Live on the David Frost TV show, where they play Attica State and Oh Sisters, and John Sinclair. And then live at the Jerry Lewis Muscular Dystrophy. This clip's been going around for a long
Yeah,
time. So a cleaned up version of Imagine there, and Now or Never, and Give Peace a Chance there. So that's CD8. So that's real interesting to me, pulling all of these one-off appearances here
yeah,
and there. Where are you going to get them all together?
right, right.
So we do get that there. Now, CD9 is all home recordings, some from the September of 1971 St. Regis Hotel, and some from October. And then some home recordings in December from Ann Arbor, and then one recording with John Lennon and Phil Ochs, and that's 33 tracks of,
Mm,
probably half him playing Mailman No More Blues for half a minute, that
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of thing. I'm sure that'll be the one that's least listened to. Still, as part of a big archive of John Lennon's career, good to have
Yeah, historically useful,
historically.
important.
Now, none of this matters, Dave, because everyone's lost their minds this week
Yes.
in an angry fury, which a lot of it seems to me to be personally misdirected at directly at Sean Lennon,
Yeah.
as if Sean Lennon is disgracing the memory of his father
I've
because
seen
they,
that. I've seen that.
yes, which is
Yeah.
it absolutely sickening thing. For if you posted that, just what is wrong with you? What
Hmm.
are you, well, like, can we take a moment and step back for a second and take a breath? Okay. And realize, first off, we don't have to get any of this. None of this could be released. We could get none of this at all. They could have spent no time working on this. Not the hundreds of hours I'm sure it took to restore some of this. And they said not recorded very well concert footage. Okay. Because they've left a track off. Woman is the of the
Of the
world.
world. Yeah.
Okay. For obvious reasons. How are people so sure that it's Sean Lennon's fault for in the first place that it's been left off? Two, how are they sure it's left off?
That's right. Yeah.
Especially of the every single one of these John Lennon sets have had bonus hidden
Yeah.
tracks on them.
Yep.
So it could be very well you buy the set. Oh, on DVD too, if you go to the left here and you know cross your fingers and
Say a
look at
prayer.
Squint, then there it plays the track that you want to hear.
Yeah.
But people are acting like I'm never gonna listen to this. You're
Yeah.
scumbags for not putting that on the scumbag
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
for not putting that on the set, and they're acting like I think a lot of people, and my apologies if this offends you, but acting like a bunch of like babies. Okay, a bunch of very privileged babies who are like, I want everything exactly the way I want. And unfortunately, that seems to be a trend. When there's a Beatles release, it's never good enough. It's always something wrong with it. There's always some reason why, oh, it's a crash grab because of this, or oh, it's a this, or it's that. A, you don't have to buy any of these things. And B, they don't have to do these releases.
So then, by the same
Yeah.
token, are you saying that all of the releases are flawless, or that there's nothing wrong with
No.
them? No.
And they deserve, and on occasion we've
Yeah, we've been
participated
critical.
in criticizing. But I'm saying, have we outweighed it when we're talking to the son of John Lennon and telling him he's
Yeah,
desecrating the memory of his father when you don't know the circumstances about
no.
why that was left off? My guess is it's probably the record company drew a hard line and they said, we're not going to put this track on. If you want to have this track on there, listed on there, and that word listed on there, we will not release it, period. So forget it.
So
Um,
I would say two things. So one is, yes, I agree with you. I think the decision was probably made by some bean counter executive at Universal, and
yeah,
they were looking at it thinking, oh, we're going to get sued, or this is a problem. This is 2025 now. We can't deal with this. Now, the counter, so I don't think it's Sean. The counter to
yeah,
that, though, is this song is still available on the every streaming service, or if you
yeah,
buy you can still find it, and it's listed as "Woman is the N star asterisk of the
yeah,
world,"
yeah,
and so it's still there. They
yeah.
didn't remove it from any of the 2015 or the other releases. It's still around. So I don't really know why the fervor about this, apart from it, yeah, yeah. I'm trying to think. It's already a controversial album, and that period is very controversial. And so I think what they're doing is trying to put it all under one house, under one framing of this power to the people, John and Yoko's political activism. And
Hmm.
so they change a little bit of the name of the album, and they bring in the outside, the one-offs that you mentioned, some of these other things, because John was very busy during this period.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of material here. So I think they had to
And
find a way.
it's very scattered
Yes.
material and all over the place. And this concert is part of the story. So
Yes,
I
exactly.
like how they've bundled this all together as like, here's the story of the era. And
Exactly.
sure, I understand. Yeah, sure. Okay. If there's something missing from that. And I think there was one Yoko track that was left on the sidelines. Once
Yeah.
again, is it
Right. Is
maybe
it? We don't know
a
that.
bonus track on the bigger set, which
Yeah.
would make sense to me if it is a bonus track on the bigger set and they don't have to print a certain word on
Right.
on the packaging on the John song and maybe the Yoko songs on there as well, then what's every like what's who
Yeah.
cares then?
Yeah.
If you buy the set and you have it or have it available to you.
Exactly.
And I'm sort of like, I already heard that song. I've already heard that song, and I mean, it's a catchy song. It's a good song.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I would maybe even sing along with it. Now I want to sing out loud with it, probably at this point.
Yeah.
I'm certainly, and yes, I understand the context of the song and
Right.
what they meant by it and all of that. But there is another argument against like an Asian woman and a white man coming up with a song that uses that word and being neither of them having experienced the types of racism that black people have gone through. I can understand a point of view that argues against, oh, they really shouldn't have made that song. They shouldn't have done that word. So that is an argument that's out there that at least has some legitimacy. We should at least be open to hearing that argument. Now, is it revisionist history because they did happen? It did get made? Should it be included? Probably.
Yeah.
But are we gonna? Are you so upset by it that you have it on your shelves 3 times probably, people?
Yeah.
Are we losing our minds here?
This is
Like
the this
where
is
yeah,
it's the best description of the phrase throwing the baby out with the bathwater
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Uh,
I want to hear all this other stuff. I'm glad we're getting a big set, and I'm certainly glad we get the full, other than that song, the
yeah.
full one-to-one concerts with all of their, and I'm sure some of these side tracks are better than others. I'm not sure if
Yeah.
Lend Me Your Comb from the home jam is going to be curling my toes back or anything
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I don't know. I'm just a little bit upset. I'm just I understand people being upset, but not this upset. And and then there's a lot of people who are like, "Oh, this woke bullshit," and blah blah blah. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's the times
Yeah.
we live in, and it's the
Yeah.
fact that it's social media, and everybody has a. I guess we're guilty of it too. Everyone has a mouthpiece to talk and
Yeah.
share their opinions, even though we don't know the full story and we don't really know what went on. Maybe someday we'll find out that there
Yeah.
was a discussion about this, but I don't know. I'm interested in the whole thing because it's probably my least favorite John Lennon period and music.
Yeah.
I don't like Ellison's Memory. I don't like a lot of the political beliefs or just the way
Yeah.
we've talked about this before. It's not a period I'm a big fan of. So I'm hoping
Yeah.
that hearing the renewed version and cleaned up stuff will change my mind musically because that's really what I care about anyway.
Yeah, I have seen some comments like, I don't really like this era of John Lennon, so I'm not going to get the big set. Great.
Okay, fine.
That
You
makes
don't have
sense.
to.
That
Yeah,
makes sense to me
yeah,
because
yeah.
I do understand, it's not like the greatest all-time concert performance.
No,
Unfortunately, it's the only
it's
big
all we
full-length
got.
John Lennon concert performance. So
Right.
sadly, that's all we got. So to me, it's like that alone makes it worth getting some sort of form of it, even if
Right.
it's just the 2 CD or the one LP that has both concerts hybrid together, which I think that's interesting to have
It is.
a sort of greatest hits version of this
Yeah.
highlights.
I'm curious what they highlights. It's a one-to-one concert highlights. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm curious what they're basing that on. Is if it's on sound quality or if it's on just Sean's favorite performances or
yeah,
what the criteria. I guess the book would probably talk about that.
yeah, yeah. Oh, and then the other little bit of note is on the 9 CD, you're also getting a what seems to be very huge book.
Yeah, 200 and something pages. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool and pretty interesting.
Yeah.
That and the cover, it's a lenticular cover,
You love those lenticular
but
covers.
which if you look at it like this, it's John, and then if you go over here, it's it's like
Yeah.
one of those. So that's cool. I think that's interesting thing. But
Yeah.
I'm relatively pleased with the announcement and the films coming out next year. I think I'm very excited about that.
Yes. I hope there's a theatrical. Maybe there'll be even they haven't mentioned it, but maybe there'll be a
Yeah.
theatrical
Well,
production.
there's a lot more of this, oh, go see a show in IMAX.
Yeah, people want to do that stuff
Yeah.
now.
So they did that for the Bowie documentary. They did that for
The Grateful Dead
the
movie is coming out next week, I think, or this
yeah,
weekend even. Yeah.
and the previous documentary of this was
Yes, that's right.
in the IMAX theaters. So
Yeah.
I'm sure it'd be good, but I think everybody's just, can we please try with these releases though? If this was the first time that people had reacted negatively, but like for instance, the if you remember the fervor over the I Am the Walrus
Yes. Remix.
remix made people so angry. You're painting over
Yeah.
the masterpieces. It's like, what are you even talking about?
And I don't think we liked it, but it's we
Yeah.
have the other you don't have to that's not the only
Yeah.
one you can listen to.
Yeah.
You don't have to
I've
listen to it.
got right here. I've got I Am the Walrus right
Yeah.
here.
Go
So I
pull
can
out
just
Magical
pull that
Mystery
out and
Tour.
put it on,
Right.
or
Right.
and some of these things, some with the streaming stuff, sometimes
Yeah.
something gets kind of replaced in an awkward way. And I do think that streaming should have every version you'd ever want. It should have the
Yes.
mono, it should have stereo,
2009. Yeah.
2009, it should have the original stereo, it should have everything.
Right. Right.
Uh, uh, I don't think this is gonna bump. Sometime in New York City is still out there. In fact, I'm gonna put links to Sometime in New York City. If you want to buy Sometime New York City on
Yeah.
vinyl or on CD as a as a screw you protest to this
Please.
set, please do. So we'll have links to those as well because it's still out there. You can still buy it in the
Yeah, I think it
store.
was a 2015 reissue, remaster,
Yeah.
so it wasn't that
So
long ago.
yeah. So I've heard people be okay. Well, if it came out in 2015, and what's different now? It's like, well,
I
the
don't
Black
know.
Lives Matter movement was 2016 and beyond, and they make some very good points about, oh, maybe in retrospect, if we look back on things that have done, I was watching an old SNL, okay, and you've got Dana Carvey dressed up like an Asian guy going chicken McLousy house pet and stuff like that. Now that's not too long ago, but right now you wouldn't be like, oh,
Yeah.
you'd be like, ugh, I wouldn't do that. Now, I also don't think like we shouldn't cancel. Like I saw one of these posts where they tried to cancel John Lennon for, remember when he was on stage and he used to do
Oh,
the,
yeah, like imitate handicapped people and
yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
it's like, okay, that's cringy.
Yeah.
But he was a what, 20-year-old
I
dude
know. He's a punk.
and
Yeah.
in 1960. I
Yeah.
mean, if it was today, you certainly you wouldn't be doing that.
No. And in fact, that's one of the, we'll wrap it up here, but one other rumor, because now the rumors are just floating around and people are throwing out reasons why we're not getting Rubber Soul. And one is, oh, Run for Your Life. They don't want to release it because it's a stalker song. So we can't, we're going to pull the whole set because of that song.
No, that's not
No,
happening.
no.
What it is I think they really want to do this anthology thing this year,
Yeah,
and
with the
and
book
that's
coming out again and
yeah. I'd
yeah.
imagine we'll get an announcement relatively soon that in November we're going to get a big anthology set of some sort. But guess what's going to happen, Dave?
Oh, we know what's going to happen.
Anthology set's going to be announced. It's going to have all these great things. It's going to be expanded and it's going to have new mixes of real love and all these things. And then first thing everybody's saying, where's this thing? And
Where's
where's that?
Carnival of Light?
Where's Carnival of Lights not on here? You scum. You are ruining the
Yeah, the
you know.
Beatles, our legacy is just ruined now.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just cool down. And you can be what we'll probably get comments where people are mad at me for defending the I'm not really
I don't
defending
think you're defending.
even.
You're just giving a potential thought
Yeah.
process. You're not saying you agree with it or disagree. You're just saying this is
Yeah.
what someone may have thought.
If the record company said we're not going to release this at all, no possible way we're releasing this without you removing that track from the track listing at least, what are you going to do? Not release the thing? Not
Right.
not not come out with all these songs? I want to hear them.
And I think what people are suspecting is that it will be, and you said it too. I think it will come out somewhere.
Yeah.
So that would be, I would have a negative comment to say if it doesn't come out in any fashion, because that would be revisionist history to act like it didn't exist.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that it would be like saying, well, we're not going to release a particular song from the 50s because it says something. I mean, yeah, it's a slippery slope. So,
But why
but
are we getting so bent out of shape?
presumptuous
That's the
here.
thing. The
Yeah,
thing is, we don't need to get this bent out of shape about
no,
it, guys.
no.
I mean, what are we doing here?
Now, if you,
Why so negative about all like just the comments have been so negative and
very
so
negative.
nasty, and I just can't stand for it.
Now, if you're
You know?
lucky enough not to know anything about what we're talking about the last half hour here, then God be with you and bless you
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you're fortunate.
So,
But
yeah.
for the
You
rest of
know,
us, we'll stay tuned and
yeah.
see how this shakes out, and then we have
Yeah.
a couple months, and yeah,
Yeah.
Chris
Maybe
said,
they'll come out. Maybe they'll come out as free releases on, when Paul released, I think it was like Flowers in the Dirt, but then there were like a couple tracks that were only downloads
yeah, off his website or
off his
something.
website or something.
I
So
mean,
it
that was
might,
pretty crappy. Or the
yeah.
cassette versions, that was pretty bad. I said that's worse, I think. I got to buy
Yeah.
a cassette.
Yeah. But it's like, if this is like, if one thing is, if they were like removing it forever from everything,
Yeah,
and if the Gestapo was coming in and
yeah,
taking it off your, like batting you over the head and taking your old copy of Sometime in New York City
right.
off your hands, and you can't buy Live in New York City anymore, and you can't,
Yeah,
do all these
just
things.
disappearing the whole
Yeah.
album and the whole
then
song.
then we're really talking about censorship.
Yeah,
But this is technically, it's a new release. So
true.
it's a new release, so they don't have to put, they can put whatever track listing they want on there. They could have left, would people be like, where's the Zappa stuff?
Yeah, where's Scumbag?
Where's
Yeah,
Scumbag? I can't believe it. But
yeah.
and they are adding a lot of this extra stuff to this. Now, I think too, here's another two more things. One is, if Sometime in New York City came out a couple years ago as its own box set, and it had that track on it, do you think anybody would have bought it on its own? It
No,
is a tough sell
yeah,
because it is
that the
not
album.
yeah, it's not a good album.
Yeah,
Some people like it more. Are one of the YouTubers, Andrew Dixon, thinks
yeah,
it's a better album than I do.
yeah.
And so, defends it as a pretty decent album. I don't like it.
No, I don't either.
I don't
Yeah,
like most of the tracks on it. I don't like it that much. But we get to, at least with the rest of the tracks, we get to revisit and
yes,
maybe we'll feel differently after a new mix from the ground
yeah.
up.
And the concert versions of things we
So,
haven't heard before, too.
yeah, I'm very excited to hear that stuff, and I'm
Yeah,
also excited to hear those like little
yeah, one-off
Jerry Lewis
tracks.
telethons and
Yep.
things of that nature. So it'll be pretty good.
So anyway, there's our take for the moment on August 17th about what we're thinking with the
Yeah.
Power of the People release. And I think people just need to calm down a little bit and stay tuned. We'll
Yeah.
learn more as the weeks go by and as this release gets closer.
Yeah.
And I think, like you and I, will do our usual patented review through each of the discs and give
Yeah.
our takes. And like I said, I'm even though neither of us are fans of this period or the music, I'm looking forward to hearing
Yeah.
it
And
anew.
it may very well be a negative.
Yeah, it
Like
could be
we could
worse.
listen to
Yeah,
it and be like, you know what? I don't like this
you know,
concert at all.
they really
But
Elephant's
but
memory stinks.
but since we talked about, at some point we talked at least partially about Live in New York City, and we both
Yeah,
like it.
right.
So, and we both, oh, that's the other thing I wanted to bring up. I finally remembered, was there is a little bit of pushback I can hear from people, because apparently Sean Lennon really doesn't like the saxophone or something.
Oh, remember that from Mind Games? He
Yeah,
edited out some of that.
edited out some of that. Well, there's a lot of saxophone on this
Uh,
concert, so we're gonna have to see
mm,
how prominent it is in the mix.
interesting.
So
Yeah.
maybe
Huh.
that's why that song has a lot of saxophone on it. So maybe that's why
That's
he's like,
true.
get rid of this thing.
I don't like the
Wouldn't that be
sax.
funny if he eliminated it because of the saxophone instead of the reason everybody thinks?
That would be hilarious. That'd be the most ironic thing
So,
ever.
thanks for tuning in to this special episode with the news. Yeah, and I hope you guys aren't so mad at me now that you're gonna be, I'm desecrating
No, I don't
how
think so.
dare you defend Sean Lennon? He's scum.
No, I hope hope you listen to us because you're looking for some nuance and for
Yeah,
to just
yeah,
that's why we never rush into these reviews because we want to take a little time to think about it and come up with some reasons, some thoughtful reasons. So,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
where we'll leave it and see where things go from here. So,
Yeah, we appreciate you listening, and follow us on YouTube if you're not liked and subscribed to our YouTube channel. I just put up a old episode of us talking about the one of my favorites. I mean, I really enjoyed going through that and listening to our discussion again, Dave,
oh yeah,
of us talking about the Paul 7-inch
oh yeah,
singles set, which you can stream that still. It's
yeah.
really great set. So we talked that through, and
Oh, that was, I can't wait to
a
revisit
lot,
that
yeah,
one.
a lot of laughs in that one. So
And then you'll
yeah,
enjoy our next episode will be on a George Harrison song
that's
under the
right.
microscope too
That's
that
right.
was a lot of fun to talk about. So
And we've got a song album career. We're gonna be talking about a friend of the show on song album career.
super friend of the show.
That's right,
Yeah.
Jeff Lynne. So
Yes.
we'll just leave it at that. So
Yeah.
seek out our channel, Song Album Career, on YouTube if you haven't subscribed to that as well.
All right. Well, very good. Well, thanks again for listening, and we'll be back at you soon with a new episode.